Richard, Bula, Antigo, Wisconsin.
And what is this truck we're looking at?
A 1964 Diamond T 931C.
And how did you come across this truck?
Long story.
Were you looking for a Diamond T Cabover?
No. My uncles bought this truck. They got a farm up north of us, and they bought the truck they just wanted the engine out of it for irrigation. They were going to cut it up. And he calls me up one Saturday and wanted to know if I could come and help him get this truck home he just bought.
How old were you?
I was right out of high school, so I was probably 18, 19 years old. And so I go up there, and this truck's sitting in a patch of raspberry bushes. No tires on it, so we brought 4 tires over and put it on it. And we went back to the farm, got his tractor, and he's pulling me back to the farm with this. Pulling me with the tractor. I'm steering this thing behind the tractor. And I'm digging around and all the stuff in there, and I find the registration. It says 1964 Diamond T. I said, Christ, that's the year I was born. So we get back to the farm. I said, what are you doing with this? He says, I'm cutting it up. I said, no, you're not. I said, what do you mean? I said, I want that. Well, you give me the engine back and you can have it. So I basically got a glider kit is what I did, and I started over.
And we have pictures of that. And you had to put a new engine in it, right? So what does it have for an engine now?
It has a small cam 350, or it was anyways.
Mm-hmm. And transmission and all
9513 RTO. And I had SQHP 411s in there. Now I got SQ100s in there on new air ride.
And have you ever worked it, or does it just go to...
I hauled one load of furniture for the neighbor to town. That's about all that's hauled.
And the trailer that you have behind it right now is special too, right?
Yeah, my dad pulled that trailer back in the 80s when he was working for a guy in home there. And I worked there in the shop too, but he would never sell nothing. So then he passed away 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. And his son had an auction, and the trailer was on there, so I had to go to snag that up.
Mm-hmm. And it still has mud flaps on it?
I put the commercial truck terminal, Haines City, Florida, mud flaps on this trailer when I was in high school yet.
And they were still there when you bought it a couple years ago?
And they're still there.
That's amazing. It was meant to be then.
Oh, and by the way, my dad, we buried my dad 10 years ago tomorrow.
Oh, my.
My dad taught me how to drive. I used to ride with my dad in school when I was in school, and I'd learn more in the summer than I did all winter in school.
This truck played a part in your wedding, too. Several
Yeah,
trucks.
I was there, yes.
A few of them. So
6 trucks, a dump truck, and a Volkswagen.
Some priceless photos there, too. And how does Terry feel about all the trucks?
Well, at first she didn't like it because she said I spend too much time with this truck. I was up there one night in the driveway trying to get it ready to go to a show. I was there like 11 o'clock at night that night. And I come in the house and she says, you're spending way too much time with that truck. You need to get rid of that. I looked at her and I said, lady, the truck's been here a little bit longer than you have, and it ain't going anywhere.
Oh.
So they're still both there.
Okay.
Both still there.
That's good.
I was building it to run it, and then my wife showed up, and that messed that all up.
Did you continue trucking, though? Just not with
Yeah,
this?
right. Yeah. Well, then I went and drove a dump truck, and then I got that job in the shop, and then I've been staying. I stayed home then.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice that you still have a pretty toy to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more like therapy to me. You got to have a reason to live. See, I'm 53 years longer than I'm supposed to be already.
Oh, my.
So, and Terry's ma, she don't like my trucks, and she said to me one day, why do you have all these trucks around here? And I said, you got to have some reason to live.